Hi, this is Lee Langdon. Today on the podcast, I visit with Karen Neel. Karen is a longtime friend of mine. She's lived in Germany for quite a while as a vocational missionary. She teaches English as a foreign language. She's amazing, and I wanted Karen to come on this podcast and share her story. She is somebody who has inspired me so many times over the years. Her faith in God has led her on an adventure, and she just keeps going on this adventure. It's really fantastic. Guys, I hope Karen will inspire you like she inspires me. And if you're out there thinking, maybe I should pack up the bags and head overseas and do something with God, guys, go for it. You're in a time when you can do anything. And I hope that you'll consider going for it if that's what God has put on your heart. Okay, guys, thanks for being here again. I hope you'll enjoy this conversation. Let's jump in. Here's Karen Neel. Welcome to the Young Adult World podcast. Karen Neel, welcome to the Young Adult World podcast.
It's nice to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Okay, we have known each other for a long time now.
A very long time.
Okay, 30 years, I think, actually. And the reason I know this is because Amy and I got married 30 years ago, this coming December, and I met you about 6 months before.
Yes.
So
in 94.
You have a story that I want them to hear. But first, let's find out more about you.
Okay.
Karen, where were you born?
I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas. We only lived there 2 weeks after I was born, so.
And then what?
Tennessee, Knoxville.
Why were you moving?
My dad was a salesman for Gillette, and I guess they offered him a job up there, and so we moved there for 2 years. Then I guess the same company moved him to Waco, where he's from.
So you're in Waco. Was it just you, or do you have siblings?
I have an older sister.
How much older?
8 years.
So that's like far enough out where like you were kind of an only sibling.
Yes, a sibling and an only child, yeah. Then we moved to Norman, and that's where my childhood was, basically. I remember my Bible school teacher. That was Joanne Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
Who you know.
I do.
Yeah. And we were close to their family. My parents they were good friends, Joanne and Bill.
I know your mom, and she is so lovely. Did she always instill like a confidence in you, and did she help you, or your parents kind of help you in this transition? When you start school, you're like, oh, I got to make new friends. Oh, I can do this.
I honestly cannot remember that. Really, I can't.
So what were you involved in high school? What were you like?
What was I like?
I mean, did you were in band? Did you play sports?
Was I in band? No. I was in band when we lived in Norman. I had just started in 6th grade. I played clarinet. And the last day that I was there for like the first chair kind of thing, I got first chair.
Ooh.
Maybe it was because I was leaving. I don't think I was that great.
Give it to her for a day.
And when we were in Waco, I don't remember I don't think they had band or anything like that. It was a small Christian school. I was getting ready to, I was getting close to the age of youth group. And I think we actually had a junior high youth group back then.
So what would a youth group in the 70s, I guess? This is being the 70s, right?
Late 70s.
Late 70s?
Yeah, 78 when we moved here.
What was a youth group like in the 70s? What did you guys do? I just picture you riding buses to VBS. That's all.
I can't remember a lot about junior high. James Waugh, Dan Waugh's twin brother, was my youth minister.
Oh.
Best youth minister ever.
That's cool.
Whoop, whoop for James Waugh. Yeah, no, he was a great youth minister. They weren't so long out of school, out of OC, when they took over, him and Deborah.
Yeah.
In fact, they were living in an apartment. I remember going to their apartment and hanging out.
Well, you successfully got through high school.
Yes.
You graduated.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What year did you graduate?
84.
84.
1984, people.
Like an 80s.
I'm an 80s
awesome.
kid. Totally.
I mean, when you think
Journey, Def Leppard.
Dude,
REO Speedwagon.
I think
Chicago.
Yes.
All of the bands named from a city. Chicago, Boston.
Some of the best music of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic, the 80s music.
I don't like listening to a lot of it, but Journey, I enjoy when something from Journey comes on the radio. Probably doesn't come on the radio here, but in Germany it does.
So 84, you graduate.
Yeah.
And then what was your plan?
to come to OC.
Okay, OC was always in
Yes.
in your sights.
Even when we lived in Norman.
It's a good discount
Yeah.
when your parents work here.
Yeah, with Mom working here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, even when we lived in Norman, we would come up for like, I guess homecoming. And I think we even came up for Coco and Carols sometimes.
Yeah.
But homecoming for sure, because we always came to the musical. My parents were big musical fans, especially my mom. And so we came up for that a lot.
Okay, so you were at OC. What were you studying?
I thought I was going to study psychology until I took my first course, Psychology 101 with James Cale. And then I said, yeah, no, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So I took that. That was first semester. And then I changed. I guess I changed to, what did they call it then? What do they call it? Administrative assistant. Sounds so professional. Because I thought, well, when Mom retires, I'll just take over her job. Yeah, that didn't happen. I graduated with a degree in TEFL.
Okay.
And a minor in Bible.
How did you switch? So TEFL is teaching English.
Gosh, you don't have time for that whole
Foreign
story.
language. Well, give me the short one. So you.
Okay, short story. My dad had prostate cancer. They found out, I think, my junior year of high school. And then as the beginning of my sophomore year at OC, he passed away. And my grades slid, and my mom blamed it on that situation. And I denied it and denied it and denied it. And then she said at the end of the year, sophomore year, you're not going back to OC. And I was like, okay. I was fine with that. And so she found travel and tourism program in Oklahoma City somewhere. It was a 9-month certificate, and I did it, and I excelled. Geography, I was never a big geography person, but I loved the class. It was a lot of fun. And so I went and got a job after that. So we're talking now 85.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 87.
And your mom found this course for you. That's so insightful.
I don't know why she thought that I would like that, because we never traveled outside of the U.S. except for Canada and Mexico. And that was one time in my whole lifetime that I've been to both places. So I don't know where she got that. And I never went on a campaign in those 2 years. And so I did that, got a job with Budget Rent-A-Car down in Carrollton, Texas, so north side of Dallas. Lived with my aunt and uncle until I could get an apartment. Stayed there for half a year. 6 months is a planned thing for our family, apparently. I don't know. And then got offered a job at a travel agency in downtown Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Wow. So you had the certification that was getting you into these situations. That's cool.
Yeah, I was certified to be a travel agent after that course that I took.
Wow.
That 9-month program, yeah. So I did that for 2.5 years, I think. And liked it, and went on some small trips, nothing big.
Yeah.
Got to go to Florida and check out a property, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
It's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
I can do this.
You didn't break the United States barrier, though. You stayed.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. And the funny thing was that travel agency did a lot of campaigns for OC.
Oh, wow.
We sent a lot of campaigns overseas.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So did you help organize those?
Yeah, I wasn't the head agent, but I did help with the agent that was in charge of it, get stuff together. Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good job. I enjoyed it.
So you did this job, but then somehow you got back to OC, I guess.
Yes, Mom was in Hawaii on vacation, and I called her, collect. And I said, I have to tell you something. And she said, it couldn't wait till I got home. And I was like, no, because it's like a time thing. I was turning 25, I think, that year. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I could only get the discount until 26.
Okay.
And I said, I want to go back to school, but I won't be able to get the discount for the whole time. She said, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. And so I came back in 92, I think. Had to retake some courses because of that bad year. And my grades were up, so my GPA was up. I was able to enter the education program, which you had to have a certain GPA. And then in 93, I applied as a hall director, and I got a job as a hall director.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was a hall director for C Dorm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the second year I did it, I was C and D dorm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And then Clyde Antoine got a hold of me, and I went on campaign. Actually, I'm so sorry. My timeline is all messed up. That was 92, 93. Summer of 93, I went on campaign to Germany.
Okay.
Yeah.
With Clyde,
absolutely loved it.
With Clyde and Gwen?
Yes.
And you went to where?
We went to Erlsnitz, which is just outside 20 minutes of Chemnitz, which nobody knows and thinks it's Chemnitz, but it's not. So if you're thinking geographically and time-wise, it's a 3-hour drive south from Berlin, 2 hours west from Prague.
Okay.
So close to the Czech border.
Right.
An hour from the Czech border, actually. Absolutely loved it. Told my friend that talked me into going on the campaign, Kim Seaman, I think I could live here. And she's like, what are you talking about? You didn't even want to come.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to come because I didn't think I could raise the money. And I was the first one to get all of my money in.
Huh.
So Clyde was like, yeah.
Wow.
You didn't know what you were saying.
What was it about going and experiencing Germany that made you think I could live here? Like, what do you...
It had the same feeling as here. I felt like it was like home.
No kidding.
It was, I mean, the people were very friendly, and that was East Germans. And we're talking not so long after the fall of the wall.
Because the fall of the wall was 89.
89, yeah.
And you were there, this is like 92?
Yeah, 93.
93.
Yeah.
So 4 years later.
Yeah.
You didn't know the language yet, did you?
Clyde worked with us on that, and I tried really hard.
Yeah.
I could ask where the bathroom was and what time it was, and that was about it. And then I would revert to what little Spanish I knew.
Spanish.
Yeah, because I had 2 years in high school. I couldn't speak it, but...
I know this feeling. I do this as well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was a good experience. The second part of the trip was in Zurich, Switzerland. I did not like Zurich. It was really big. And, of course, Switzerland is very expensive. I mean, that didn't have anything to do with it. And then I extended my trip for a week. I called home and said, I'm coming back a week later.
Oh, wow. Would you go back to Germany then?
Yeah. I went to Munich and stayed for an extra week.
Yeah. Like in a hotel, or did you stay with people?
No, I stayed with a friend.
Okay.
And I got to know, through Clyde and Gwen, 2 sisters, Sabina and Katrin Neumann, who you know.
Yeah.
And a guy that I ended up dating.
Wow.
Jörg Wachmüller.
Okay.
How's that for a German name?
Jörg.
Yeah. And so I stayed and hung out there, and we had more time together just to see if it was going to work. And we tried to do the long distance thing. Well, actually, we did do the long distance thing until I actually moved to Germany.
Okay.
And then we broke up.
Oh, no. All right,
that's okay.
But you weren't a TEFL major at this point. Did you wait, right?
No, when I went on campaign, I was still in education, elementary ed.
Okay.
And when I came back, I said to myself, what could I do? Because I did not want to be a full-time missionary. I didn't want to have to go to churches and beg for money.
I know that's a burden, though. It feels for missionaries might feel that way when we're on the other side saying, no, we want to help you. We want to give you. Yeah. But you felt this pressure. And
and I didn't know any missionaries personally.
Yeah.
And so when we were there, we met the missionaries, Larry and Pam Sullivan.
Right.
And of course, Daryl and Gail Nash were there with ABC English in connection with Mark Woodward. And I was like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
No, I need a job. I got to have a job.
So this was your decision. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go and support as a missionary. In support as a missionary, I'm going to go and make my own living.
What we would call, I don't know if we still call it that today, but then it was called vocational missionary.
Yeah.
And a lot of churches were not hip on sending a single woman into the mission field. So I looked it up. I got on the catalog and looked through, and it's like, oh, I could be a TEFL major.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately that now does not exist at OC. Just in the last couple of years, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Teaching English as a foreign language.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the problem then was that the major did not have enough hours. So I had to get another minor that had more hours. And so that was Bible. Okay.
You got your degree and then immediately, or like, how did you develop your plan to go back?
Well, Mark Woodward was the head of the English department at the time. And as I said, he was in connection with the school. He was part owner of the school in Chemnitz, ABC English. And he wanted to do like a test program of sending TEFL majors over to work with the school for a semester. And then they would do their semester work online while they were there. And Gail was kind of, she hadn't been a professor at OC yet, I don't think. She is right now. I don't know how they worked that out, but she kind of oversaw my work that I had to do, making sure I stayed on stuff as much as she could. I mean, she was busy herself. And so Mark said, before we went on campaign, how about you go in the fall? And I was like, how am I going to do that? I have to raise money for that, plus campaign. And I said, no, that's too much money. I can't do that. I need to come home and try to raise money, do a semester, and then I'll go back. And that was my last semester. Or I was graduating.
Right.
And so I was very lucky that I'm sure Memorial Road gave me money again. But my grandmother also gave me quite a bit, my dad's mom.
Yeah.
And so that kind of just boosted me into, okay, I'll do the January semester or spring semester, whatever we call winter semester. I don't know what that's called. And so I was there from January to April of 95.
Okay.
And when I was finished, I loved it, loved it. It was wonderful. It was such a great experience. I taught kindergarten English. I taught at Euroschule, where people were being retrained for new jobs because they had to learn English. So if you don't know, before the wall fell, they did not learn English in school. That what came after the fact.
Oh, wow.
So anybody now 40 and older wouldn't have had English probably in school. And if they did, it was very limited English. So, yeah. And so I did that and begged for a job at the end of my time, but everything was still kind of unstable. And they were like, we just can't guarantee that we'll have something. I was like, okay. So I came back. I got a job at a call center for a hotel chain in Oklahoma City. Lived with my sister and helped take care of her kids while she was at work. She was a nurse.
It's like during the summer.
Yeah, in the
95.
Summer.
Wow.
July 95, Mark Woodward called. So we need you in Chemnitz at ABC English, but not till the end of August. I was like, yeah, not a problem. Sell my car, earn a little more money. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, he called me back and said, we need you in 2 weeks.
Nice.
And I was like, what? Okay, what's 2 more weeks? It's, yeah, I'm going. Sure. So mom sold my car while I was gone.
Wow.
Packed up what I thought I needed. Nobody told me anything about take things that will remind you of home. So, and I moved over there.
Wow.
With the intent of staying a year.
Yeah. In August of 1995.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had not been there that long.
No.
When Mr. Lee Langdon came.
No, it was that next in January of 96.
Exactly.
Mark and Sherry Lee Woodward, who most of our young adult listeners would probably connect them with LST.
Exactly.
Let's Start Talking program. They developed that. And so, I was at church with them, and they came up to me on Sunday and said, hey, we need an English teacher in Chemnitz, Germany in 2 weeks. Pulled the same thing on me.
Yeah. Because we had so much work.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough people.
And they said, can you do it? And I'm like, I'm single. I have I just started a job yesterday. Yes, I can do this. When I got there, I was going to your house every day.
Yes.
You were feeding me.
Yes. We spent a lot of time at our house.
I did. And
we loved it.
Julie Dancer, shout out, your roommate.
Yes.
And you guys lived above the ABC English School.
Yes.
And so I would eat dinner with you guys just about every night. Do my laundry over there. And some of the nights were German only nights, trying to all of us speak German. You don't remember this?
I do remember that. That was for you?
Yes, German only nights.
Did we label our apartment for you?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
How embarrassing. Yes, we did do that. I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. How long do you think it took you to feel fluent? Because I know you're completely fluent now. I mean, obviously. But.
I would say probably a whole year. Because it was feeling comfortable with them speaking in German, because I didn't speak German at church.
How did you adjust to the culture? I mean, it took you, did you go through cultural shock? You mentioned you didn't bring any things that reminded you of home.
I don't think I did. Not that I can recall, anyway. I do not, and I promise this is the honest truth, I do not ever remember having culture shock. I mean, and when I'm there, I think in euros, I think in Celsius. I don't mix the two. I don't try to convert the money. And everybody was like, okay, because we got paid in dollars. And I was like, okay, what I get is what I get. I'm not going to, why am I doing that? That's just too confusing. And so maybe that helped. I don't know. But I really never felt homesick. Not that I didn't miss my family, obviously, but I didn't. No.
We were teaching English in classes downstairs. We would do the LST stuff. There was, I don't remember everything, and then we went into schools.
Yes.
We taught English to
other schools that were for adults.
For adults,
basically, learning new professions.
And you did that for how long?
Till 2001.
Okay.
And then I came back.
And then you came back. So your first stint was about 5 years, right? 6 years. 6 years. Come back. Why did you come back?
Because my niece and nephew were still in high school, middle school. And every summer when I would come home, they would say, when are you coming home to stay? And I thought, at some point, they're going to stop asking that. And I felt like it was time. And so I came back. Unfortunately, didn't get a job in Oklahoma, but got a job in Houston, which is basically like still being the same distance away.
What's the point?
8-hour drive, which you're not going to do on the weekend. So I came home on the holidays. I did that for, I think, 9 months. And I called Mom and said, yeah, I'm coming home. I'm quitting my job. I'm coming home. I didn't have a job, but I was just like, I'm coming back because this is insane.
Yes. Good decision.
And so I moved back and eventually got a job at a temp agency, being their secretary.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I was originally going for, I actually was, which was great. I didn't have any kind of prep, didn't have to take my work home with me, nothing like that. Yeah. So I was here for 4.5 years. And in that time, I hosted a German high school student, and she went to Memorial, and she was actually from Chemnitz, from the church.
Cool.
And then my friend Linda came and worked with Devon Mitchell in the adoption services that she had back then, because she was going to study social work, and she had to have crazy system in Germany. She had to have a practicum in that field somehow before she could do her studies.
Wow.
So I had both the girls living with me.
That's cool.
Want Lydia going to Edmund Memorial, whoop whoop, and Linda working at Memorial Road, basically because the office was here.
So what, 2005?
2005 in January. Told my mom in November. So I want you to know something. I'm moving back to Chemnitz. And she was like, what?
She wasn't very excited about that?
No. She still to this day blames Clyde Antwine.
Oh.
And he knows that. He takes full responsibility. Yeah. But And I said, no, I'm going.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So then in December, my lease was up at my apartment, and I didn't want to obviously renew. And so I was like, so I got to move back in. And she was like, what? I said, Mom, I told you this. And she's like, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. You just blocked it out because you don't want to accept it. I said, I need to move back in until I leave in January. She's like, I can't believe you're doing this. And I was like, sorry.
It's hard on parents.
Yeah, it was really hard for Mom. And so 2005, I moved back and taught for a private school that was, I won't go into the whole German education because it's kind of difficult, but it was after they finished their 10th grade year, then they would learn a profession. Then in 2007, I landed a job at the Burkhardsdorf Evangelische Oberschule.
Wow.
Which is basically a fancy name for the town. It's Burkhardsdorf, which is just outside of Chemnitz, and it's an evangelical or Christian school. And it's a middle school, 5th through 10th grade.
And how long have you been at that school?
I'm starting my 20th year.
Isn't that unbelievable,
yes,
Karen?
It is. I never thought 20 years. I would be so weird to be at a job for 20 years, and now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
I mean, you've spent over 30 years there at this point.
Well,
altogether.
close to it. Close to it. 26. Okay. If you don't count the 4.5 year stint that I was back here, then all in all, it's 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like you didn't really have fears going into this. It was just like, no
fears, no doubt.
It seemed like it was meant to be. Like it felt all green lights for you.
Yes.
Just made sense to you.
It just all fell into place.
Yeah.
The whole time. which is so weird.
Yeah.
Because I always thought when I would go on campaign, Memorial Road was very big with Brazil because of Howard Norton.
Right.
I would say I just went on faith.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? I can remember, so I was still dating that German guy when I moved over there in 95. And I remember I did a lot of kindergarten English, which was traveling to each kindergarten around town on the streetcar. 30 minutes, you go in and talk to a bunch of German kids in English, singing songs, playing games, teaching numbers and stuff like that, colors. And I remember going on the tram line 1 from the school into town and thinking to myself, if this doesn't work out with him, I'm okay. I'm still going to stay. And I did. I stayed, 6 more years.
Yeah.
Because we broke up in November after I moved there.
But it got you there.
But it wasn't supposed to be. That just, it wasn't, he wasn't the one, and that's okay.
Yeah. You look back on our life, you can look back on your life, I can look back on mine, and it's always very clear. 2020, I see exactly where God was moving.
Yeah.
And the different things. I say that. I mean, in faith, we say, it seems like God was working here.
Yeah.
And I know you can do that in your life too. What would you say are some faith stories like in those times? I mean, can you think back on times where you think, man, God really showed up in that moment?
Well, I think the fact that the guy I was dating broke up with me.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was okay with that. And I didn't really expect it. I thought we were okay. But he was upset because I hadn't found a job in Munich, but I was happy in Chemnitz. I had no desire to go to any other big city in the West, because I was happy in Chemnitz, because it really felt like home. I don't know if you remember the lady that owned the building where the school was and where I lived, Frau Bretschneider.
Oh, I do remember the name now.
She had no teeth, no front teeth, but she was the sweetest. She was like German mom. She was so awesome. And then experiencing campaign on the other side, being the quote unquote vocational missionary there. Yeah. And the students coming over, it was like the hype. It was the high of the summer every year. And then the OC students that were in Vienna would come in the fall and visit. And we have always had them help us bagging clothes, separating and bagging clothes to take to the church in Sofia, Bulgaria, because our men would do that. Larry organized that every year. One of our young adults, she just left for the Netherlands, like 6 months ago, whatever. Yeah, and Brooke Landis is her name. She's fantastic. But I think that there are other young adults that would probably love this adventure. Like I bet you there's some things that are stirring inside some of our listeners. I'm just curious what you think. Like, what would you say to them if they were thinking, maybe I should do that? Well, Mission Sunday, the thing was, go. I mean, that's what they say every year. It's just go and do it. Don't hold back. I never dreamed in a million years that I would actually go on a campaign. So jump into a campaign. Yeah. Take a trip. Yeah. What would you say to a young adult that has I'm in a job? Like I'm working every. The worst they're going to say to you is no. You can't have that much time off. You never know if they're going to let you. When you are open and honest with them and tell them, I really want to go on this missions trip and I need 3 weeks off. I know companies here don't do that. That's a totally normal thing in Germany. But you don't know that they're going to say no. And they might even contribute. Well, what if a young adult is thinking, I want to be a vocational missionary? Like, I want to do what Karen did. What would you say? Do it. Don't hold back. Just do it. Don't be scared. I would suggest, I would always suggest, if it's a foreign country with a different language, learn the language, at least the basics. Don't go there cold turkey because that's really hard. Some people are language learners and some aren't, and that's okay. Would you recommend doing one of those month or 2 month courses where you just if you can do an intensive course, there you go, the intensive fluent kind of thing. Yeah. And then immerse yourself in the culture when you're there. Learn about the culture as much as you can. If you can even go and just visit, but maybe don't promote, I want to come live here, because that gets their hopes up that you're really coming. And then if it doesn't pan out, then it's disappointing. But maybe just go on vacation, go on a mission trip and test it out and see, is that where I want to be? Is this the church that I can do something with? can I work with these people? You can't always work with everybody. It doesn't always work, even though we're all Christians and brothers and sisters in Christ. We don't always have the same work ethic or personalities that mesh, and that's okay. Then find another one.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to try.
Yeah.
Because you'll regret it. I'm so thankful that I did.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful Clyde pushed me.
I love that.
Yeah.
What keeps you going? I mean, in your faith, there's got to be maybe scriptures that come to mind, or are there certain habits that you have where there's certain, like your relationship with God, I know is strong. What keeps you going?
I'm not going to say that I haven't struggled over the years, because I think, well, maybe not since I've been in Kenneth, but before I went, I was your young adult's age. Well, maybe a little younger than that.
Graduated college?
Yeah. I would say that in that time period, 22 to 26, when I left, no, sorry, that would have been later, 22 to 28, those are difficult years.
Yeah.
Because you're single, you're not in college anymore. And if you feel like you're wavering, talk to Lee. Talk to somebody. I mean, anybody.
Find someone.
But talk to Lee. He's your minister. Go to him, and he is going to be there for you 100%, if not 150.
Well, Karen, we've known each other now, obviously, because of what we just said.
Yeah.
Since 1996.
Yeah.
Which is 30 years.
It's 30 years. Oh my gosh. Right now I would have already met him. Yeah. 30 years ago.
I consider you like a sister. That's how our relationship is.
Yes.
It's been that way since the very beginning. And I'm so grateful that you've been on the Young Adult World podcast, because I want them to hear your story and maybe be inspired to go and go live and be a missionary.
I hope so. I mean, I know at that age you're thinking, oh my gosh, this lady is like 60. I do not feel 60. Let me just say that in my personality. Maybe physically I do, but if I was here, I would be willing to be working with Lee to help do stuff with you guys. I would love that. But just, oh gosh, if you have the chance, do it. Take the opportunity while you are single to go and explore the world, because you may not have a chance later in life. You never know.
Karen, it's good to see you.
Lee, thanks.
Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, thanks so much for hanging out on the Young Adult World podcast.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I hope you guys weren't bored. He gets me started and I can't stop.
Hey, how long are you going to be here in the States?
I'll be here till next Wednesday, the 5th.
The 5th of August.
Yes.
Okay, so.
I'll be here on Sunday. I'll be here at church tonight if you want to meet me.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. I hope this conversation was meaningful to you. Come find us on Instagram. Our profile is Young Adult World Podcast. Tell us what you connected with during our podcast today. This podcast is part of the Young Adult Ministry at the Memorial Road Church of Christ in Edmond, Oklahoma. Come join us sometime. There's plenty of room for everyone. If you want to reach out to us, don't hesitate to email us at youngadultworldpodcast@gmail.com. And we are so grateful for Jacob Staten. Jacob is a young adult who edits this podcast for us and keeps this thing going. So thanks, Jacob. Okay, guys, see you next time for another Young Adult World conversation.